So I'm hoping that we're live, because we did give the thumbs up. So we're hoping that we're live. We've lost our walkie-talkies, just like we lost our card machine Friday night at the opening. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're live. Okay. We're gonna have to get intimate. We're gonna have to get really intimate. All right, guys. So welcome to the very first live stream interview at the Code Bro Cafe here in the south of Johannesburg, the deep, deep, deep south. Did you need to get your passport stamped when you got through here?
At least 2 Google applications that I needed to use to make my way here.
All right, so verification. Okay, all that kind of stuff. Okay, stamps. Yeah. Okay, guys. So as the title says there, this is Tuesday nights, which is going to be our live streamer spotlight night. And our very first guest, we are really honored to have Timothy Molster here, who goes by the, what would we say, pseudonym, or what do we say, the persona of THEED.
Yeah, that's spot on. Yeah, you got it 100% right.
Okay, guys. So obviously, as you can see, the picture is it's a bit from what we can see. It's not ideal. We don't have the right lighting here this evening. The rainstorm and hailstorm that came through the Alberton, or just probably major part of Gauteng today, smashed everything, and like we had problems, and we had no power for a long time and all that kind of stuff, but thankfully everything's sorted out now. But yeah, in the nick of time, like literally 15 minutes ago, everything was cool. So, and then Tim arrived and we sorted out the overlays and whatever. So yeah, it's not fancy schmancy mobile active on there, but in any case, yeah. So thanks, guys, for joining. Thanks for watching. So let's get this thing started. So what it's all about is live streamer support, or at least live streamer spotlight. A lot of the community members are trying desperately to stream from home, from their consoles, and they really want to know how to gain more followers. I mean, I know a whole bunch of them already personally that say to me, Jean, we've got like 4 or 5 viewers, regular viewers, but we want to know how to grow that audience. We want to be able to make the big money like the other guys out there. How do we increase our audience? How do we make our content fresh? How do we make it appeal? How do we make it unique? So that's what we've decided to do on a Tuesday night, is get in the pros to come and chat to us, tell us all about how they started, and then hopefully that will encourage everybody that's been trying from home to actually start doing it. I wouldn't say professionally, maybe professionally, but realizing how simple it actually is, and how it actually just comes down to being honest with yourself and your community and the people that are watching, and getting them to share it with their friends and family. So without a further ado, we're going to smash straight into our very first question. So when did you start live streaming, buddy?
At the end of 2017, October, I decided to take a bit of a limb and just go for it. I just jumped off the side of the hill and went straight into it. Console jacked into the TV, LAN cable straight into the console, and off we went. It was, it's been quite wild, but
What was your first game?
Outlast. It was a dodgy choice, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it was something that I wanted to play, and I knew people would want to watch, but they don't want to play themselves. So I thought it was quite a cool one to get started with.
That's really true, because like I was away on holiday in December, and the people's house that I was staying at, they've been wanting to play Outlast, but they just weren't ballsy enough to. So they said, "Okay, Jean, here's the controller. We'll sit and watch." And so I played, and like 5 minutes later, they got up and walked out and said, "We'll listen. We'll listen. Because watching is traumatic enough. So yeah, nice choice for your very first stream, dude. Uh, and like, what was your setup? What did you have? Did you have a cam? Did you have a mic? Did you have all that kind of stuff? Did you have overlays in place? Take us through the process from when you started to what your basic rig looks like right now.
So when I first started, I literally had my Xbox, I had my headset, and the mic that was attached to my headset. I didn't have a webcam, I didn't have fancy overlays, I didn't have any scenes, I didn't have anything. I mean, I really plug and play. And it was really nice because the Mixer platform on the console has a nice overlay of chat on the console, so you can see it on the screen, which is really amazing and something I truly miss. But the quality that you substitute by playing straight from the console is it's you can't even compare to what you do if you're streaming through a capture card, through a PC, straight to. I mean, you go into Twitch now with relays, and the quality is just immaculate. It's really fantastic in comparison to streaming from straight from the console. Even if you've got 100 meg fiber, I mean, I've got some friends who are streaming straight from the console with 100 meg fiber, and they're still seeing pixelated streams, frame drops, and it's hard to watch for somebody who's used to something that's maybe really good quality. But at the end of the day, you've got to decide: are you going to go and support your friends, because you should? They need you. They really do. They need you. Even if it's one or two of you just sitting in the chat, keeping them company. That's enough. That's what kept me motivated. My one buddy who would sit up on a Friday night and chat to me and just be like, "Hey Tim, I'm here," even if they were playing games by themselves. So I'm divulging a little. So at the moment,
Keep going.
at the moment, I'm sitting with a gigabyte laptop. It's an i7, so it's pretty decent. I run through an Elgato capture card, and I've got a webcam. I've got an external condenser microphone. I've got LCD lighting above my 4K monitor that it just lights up the situation really nice. I've got a homemade green screen. I made it out of conduit. I went down to my local material shop and cut up some material and hung it up myself. So, I mean, you can go the extra mile and spend a ton of money, but there's also cheaper alternatives that you can work your way into being better and sort of where you want to be at. Do you feel like that answered your question enough?
Fantastically, sir. So now, just heading into that, like, um, when I was approached and asked by a bunch of people about live streaming, and specifically that they wanting support and all kind of stuff, and they want to stream, but they feel that they can't because they have to have a face cam, but they don't feel confident enough to put their face on internet just yet. Do you feel it's a necessity to have a face cam on a stream?
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't say so. I mean, the thing is, when you are starting to stream, you have to be comfortable with your channel. If you're sitting there with a webcam on and you're not comfortable with it, your viewers are going to feel it. And they're going to be instantly distracted. They're going to say, well, but why do you even have a webcam? If you're constantly playing with your hair, you're constantly looking at yourself, trying to fix things. If you're uncomfortable with it, leave it out for the time being. I really wish people would get into streaming and get used to streaming before they expect to just be able to do everything that they see the pros doing at the moment.
Oh, that's really, really cool. Yeah, so that covers it for the people that really want to get into it. You've heard it from, like, seriously, I've watched this guy play. I've commented. It's really, really, really cool to see the way that Tim does things, and like he says, guys, if you want to start out small. You don't have to go and spend 15,000 rand on all the equipment. Start small. Use the built-in features in the consoles. Just just get one or two mates just to join in there and keep you motivated. Get the word out slowly but surely that you're doing this on a regular basis, because I think that's something that's also very important, is you need to make sure that it's regular and not infrequent, so that people know these nights you're doing things. Like, you've got a roster, specific nights you're doing specific things, and your community knows that. So that's I think that's pro tip number one. Cool. So let's ask you a bit about yourself. So tell us about the nickname. Where did that originate from, and what does it mean?
I'm very sad every time I tell this story because it's not as exciting as so many people have such like rich gamer tags and names that they just associate with themselves by going through various things. Mine, I literally, as I was growing up, I had three symbols that I was allowed on my cell phone. So D3 was something I always really just liked. It was just something that I really enjoyed. And then the yen sign. So the yen was between the D and the 3. At the time, I didn't know it was the yen sign. I just thought it was an average symbol. And so moving into Xbox, it changed from yen sign to just D3. But obviously, it was taken when I tried to go on to gold. So what happened was I prompted and sort of fiddled around with different variables and tried to put in like different digits as you do. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't feeling good, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna make it the D3 because why would anyone have that? That sounds kind of silly. So as I typed it in and clicked accept, and it said this username is available. I didn't realize I'd put an extra E in the name. So yeah, Theed was born.
That's pretty cool. I dig that story. I think that's a pretty cool origin story. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely not Tony Stark origin story, but it is still badass because like from a typo, something really awesome was born. Yeah. So my next question is, obviously for the people that don't know, and if you don't know, where have you been? This man, pretty much, his content is 18 plus because he's got a bit of a potty mouth. Yes. So, what inspires your content to go down that route and just to like not be ashamed of it? How do you feel about just like stuff it, or are you conservative? Do you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or do you honestly just not give an F?
Well saved, well saved. No, the whole thing with playing scary horror games is sometimes you just have no control over what comes out of your mouth. So very often I do say something and I'll be like, just be a little bit more cautious because you don't know who's watching, and sometimes something like saying a swear word might be off-putting for somebody who's there to enjoy your content, but now you're being a bit vulgar, but unnecessarily vulgar, some people might think. But I enjoy myself on my stream. That is one of the most important things for me, is that I can sit and watch and laugh with myself watching my stream. I think that's such a great thing to have. So when I'm swearing, it's me talking. So it's not something I would say out of the ordinary. If you meet me in the street, that's kind of how I talk. So I don't excessively unnecessarily use words just to prove a point. I'm literally scared, and it just comes out.
So we're hoping we're gonna see some of that just now on his channel. So what's gonna happen is after the interview, Tim is going to go into the live stream studio that we have set up there, and he's going to be playing Layers of Fear, which he's already said is freaky AF, guys. So at the end of the stream, there's going to be a link on the overlay that is going to send you, or at least you just type that into your browser. You will get the "Are you 18 and over" warning. Once you've clicked watch, then you'll be able to see, and then hopefully you'll be able to see this man with all those jump scares. I love jump scares. Like honestly, I live for jump scares. Um, but that now completely going off the rail has made me forget my next question. It wasn't you, it was me. It was me just being a verbal diarrhea man, which is the normal thing. Why So dude, merch. I checked merch is something that you're heading into right now. I don't know if just quickly pan down on the shirt. Then get close and intimate. Oh, oh, look at that. Oh, okay. So merch, is this something that the community's been requesting? Something that that you wanna? Is it gonna be? something that you're going to be selling from now on? Is it going to be prizes for people watching? Tell me, explain the merch thing, because it's a very recent development and it was freaking epic when I saw it go down.
So, the merch thing, my friends, my really close friends from high school, they're always saying to me, Tim, when are we going to get a shirt with your name on it? It's the classic line whenever I go to a bridal party. So having merch is very difficult because you're putting your name out there, and you need to be very particular about what you've got on them. But I don't know where the merchandise thing is going at the moment. I don't see it as a profitable thing, more as a fun. Maybe I can give away a T-shirt a month to a really loyal follower. That's sort of where my head's at the moment. I would like a flat cap, and it's nice to wear branded stuff on stream because then, other than you obviously promoting yourself, you wearing stuff that talks about you and says so something you might not like a flat cap, maybe you'll like a beanie rather. And as merchandise is just it's an endless pit. So I'm anxious to jump into it and throw money at it. At the time being, I'm really happy with where it's at, and so this shirt you could buy online if you really wanted to. So yeah.
So then my final question is going to be, how would you advise the newbies out there, or even the current guys, how would you advise them to increase their subs and followers? What would be like? Look, I don't think there's a magic recipe or a magic wand, but what has worked for you to build your community that they might be able to apply to starting out or applying to their existing community to grow it to the stage where they have a following as freaking amazing as yours?
Yeah, I mean it's really difficult. Your formula needs to work for you. But what I've found, the number one thing is to be consistent. Like you were saying about the schedule earlier, if you're not going to be there when you say you're going to be there, people are going to lose interest. I mean, there's some local guys who take some time off and they notice the dip. The big guys do as well. They lose tens of thousands of dollars if they miss a day of streaming because that's when their viewers come and watch you. So consistency is absolutely key. I mean, you can have random streams, but I would always suggest that you have one or two nights a week, days a week, mornings a week. That's when you live. That's your time. I think a big thing as well is networking. I've recently found out just spending some time jumping on other people's streams, and talking to other people, saying, "Listen, this is kind of what I do." I mean, right now, where the position I'm at, I can go to a family event, I can go to a friend's party, people I haven't seen in a year or two, and they know what I'm doing. And so for me, I'm saying I'm networking correctly. I'm posting on Facebook, I'm using Twitter, I'm using Instagram, I'm on Discord. There's so many different social medias that you can get your name out there on. And so if you throw it out, just keep throwing it out, fine tune over time, because you're not going to get it right the first time, but you got to keep trying, you got to keep throwing your content out there, and don't get demotivated. You need to just keep trying and have friends that keep you motivated, keep them around, and yeah, I think networking is one of the other really big important things that you need to do to keep your community alive, and make sure you're growing someone else's community, because if you're involved in theirs, they're going to be involved in yours, and it's a self-healing thing. So
That's really, really deep, dude. That's really deep. But I think there's some golden nuggets in there. Seriously, some fantastic gold nuggets in there. So now, something that I didn't tell you about pre-prepping. So I'm gonna throw you completely in the deep end here on this one. Is now you get to ask me a random question, and I have to be 100% completely honest with you, no matter what it is, bruh. So you have 10 seconds to think about something. I hope it's not going to be too personal. But yeah, are you ready? You got something? Not yet. You're getting there.
I'll do something. I'll do something.
You'll do something. Let's see how good this guy is on his toes. And me, hopefully.
Okay, so Jean, now that you are a proud owner of a really nice facility, are we going to be seeing a lot more of you doing any live streaming?
That is the plan. Yes, it is indeed. So now that we know that everything is up and running, up and working, and we've got the proper equipment and everything in place, Yes, I will be live streaming from hopefully during starting this week, and then it's going to be a daily thing. So I will be doing a new game every single day. So I'm gonna take some of the advice you have just given and apply it to my streams. But I promise you, mine won't be PG-18. And if they are, then then obviously we'll warn you ahead of time. Ah, something else just popped into my head just thinking about the PG-18 thing, guys. I am forewarning you about this. Okay, so there will be a swear word within the next minute. Okay. So if you're below the ages of supposed to be hearing filthy language, just plug your ears quickly. Okay, so on your Metro stream, I gave you a tagline. Can you remember what that tagline is? Can you not remember? Grab the mic and I'll start it off and you can complete it. Super Kala
Fuckalistic. I was worried there for a second. I was like, am I going with this? Because I don't want to get it wrong.
But you got it. You got it, dude. You got it, dude. Anyways, guys, there we go. That's it for our very first interview. We will definitely be doing this every single night. We'll be doing a different interview, but obviously Tuesday nights is going to be live streamer spotlights. Tomorrow night we've got another guest coming through. His name is Brett McGill, and we're going to be talking about 3 new platforms that the man has launched, all about cool tech. So tune in tomorrow night, round about the same time, and we will have Brett sitting here next to me instead of Tim. So without a further ado, I think, buddy, it's time for you to head on through into the freaky game that I can't wait to sit down and watch and enjoy. Before we do that, is there somebody that can help this man with a cappuccino? Just sort him out a cappuccino so that he can also have a buzz there while he's busy playing. But thanks so much for coming through. It really, really means a lot to us that you've taken the time, you've driven out all the way here to come and spend the evening with us, and let's enjoy your stream. Cool, guys. So follow the link at the bottom of the overlay. Go straight to Theed's channel on Mixer and watch the gameplay of Layers of Fear. Good night, everybody. Cheers.